Today we're gonna be recreating famous album covers using Midjourney, aka artificial intelligence. We're gonna do some albums from the past, we're gonna do some albums from today, including Beyonce's Renaissance that came out a few days ago. So why don't we just get into it? Let's start with a test of something a little bit old, but at the same time something very, very iconic and probably an image that everyone has seen at least once in their life, which is the Nevermind Nirvana album cover. Even if you don't know a single song from this album, I mean, I know like two, it was not my time, most likely you've seen this naked baby. And the program we're gonna be using to recreate this album cover, it's called Midjourney. And the way it works, it's you give the program a prompt, it can be anything you can imagine, and it will generate an image based on that prompt with artificial intelligence. For this little game, I'm gonna set myself two rules. The first one is I cannot use the name of the artist or the name of the album in the prompt. And the second rule is that I only have 2 attempts at different prompts in order to get a final result. Let's start with our prompt. Let's keep it simple. Let's just say, baby underwater chasing a dollar bill. Let's hit enter. And now Midjourney has started to generate 4 images. You can see it load here. And once they're ready, I get to choose either if I want to get more variations from one of these or if I want to upscale one of these. Alright, I definitely see money and I definitely see a baby. And I think the bottom right image, it looks cool enough. So why don't we give that one a shot and let's upscale that one. Alright, let's see what we get. Alright, here's our final image. Let's quickly color correct it and add the title to it. And then now let's put them side by side. Here you have the original album cover and here you have the AI generated image. The AI one, it's creepy as hell. But at least this baby looks very excited and he got the dollar bill. So let's give this baby a 7 out of 10 and move on to our next album cover. We're gonna do Future Nostalgia by Dua Lipa. I think the visuals of this album allow us to come up with a really cool description. We have like the car in the front, we have the moon in the back, she's like driving in space. So let's do our prompt based on that. And I'm gonna type in woman driving an old Porsche. I don't know anything about cars, but I use Google, and according to Google, this is like an old Porsche in space with the moon in the back. And since this is a photo, let's just add photorealistic. And oh wow. I mean, listen, the essence of the album, it's there for sure. So we're onto something. My only complaint is that there isn't much focus on the woman. Okay, so let's run a second prompt and let's add the word beautiful and also let's add blue moon and run it again. Now we got too much woman and not enough car. I don't know, I like the previous interpretation better, so let's go back to that one and let's upscale this version here. So here is the AI generated album cover versus the original one. Obviously it's not Dua Lipa, but I definitely think the essence of the album, it's here. This almost looks like a poorly drawn fan art of the album cover, so I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10. Alright, now we have Montero by Nas X. Okay, this album artwork is insane and this whole campaign was beautifully executed. It has this Renaissance vibe mixed with like modern CGI, sort of like Y2K. So I think this will definitely be interesting. We have to be careful though because it has so many little intricate details like the butterflies, the cocoons, like all those floating things, that if we try to add all those little details into the prompt, it will confuse the algorithm and we will get a very messy image. So we don't want that. So let's keep it a little bit simple. And let's just say African man floating naked in a surreal futuristic Greek garden. Oh, and okay, we cannot use the word naked here. So let's remove the word naked and send it again. Let's wait for it to load. And okay, I think the top left, it looks really cool. It definitely has that futuristic, ethereal oasis vibe that the original artwork has. So why don't we give the AI some creative freedom and not look for it to match perfectly the original artwork. Also, I do think this composition here, it's a lot cooler than the original ones. So let's upscale that one. So here they are, AI versus original. Yeah, obviously it's not Lil Nas, but as a piece of art, I think it's really cool what's happening here. Like the composition is very nice. It seems like the goal for Lil Nas was for him to look holy and like ethereal, and I think we got that with this African man here. So actually, I'm very pleased with this one, and I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10. Katy Perry Teenage Dream. This was such a fun visual album back then, and honestly, the California Girls music video might be the reason I am an animator. Like, I saw the behind the scenes of that video, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't know that was a career. Anyway, I thought AI could do a cool rendition of the pink clouds and the sky. It feels a little bit pin-up-y, so let's add that to our prompt to hopefully get a girl that looks like Katy Perry. I think Katy Perry back then looked very pin-up-y. Pin-up woman covered in pink cotton candy, clouds in the sky. Wait, what? Since when pin-up it's a bad word? Okay, I truly don't get that. I guess how it could be, you know, like sexualized, so let's remove the word pin-up and let's just say woman covered in pink cotton candy clouds in the sky. Yeah, this is exactly why I wanted to use pin-up. Nothing against old ladies, but we're looking for Katy Perry. This is not Katy Perry. Pretty woman laying on pink cotton candy clouds. Enter. Whoa, I don't know what definition of pretty this is, because this looks like a deflated sex doll, but it definitely captured the clouds on point again. And you know what? I'm proceeding. I'm gonna roll with this. You're gonna get a very creepy Teenage Dream album cover. So let's upscale this version here. So let's compare them. Here's the AI version versus the original, and let's just say that they are definitely for very different targets. And this one, I would label it the R-rated dream. So I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 10 because I had like very high expectations that were not met. And now, the album of the hour. Beyonce Renaissance. The imagery is very simple. It's literally Beyonce on a holographic horse. There is no background, it's on black, so we don't have a lot to go with. And I cannot type Beyonce on a horse. So let's do African American woman riding a holographic horse and see what we get. This is giving more disco, more Diana Ross with the afro, the psychedelic thing in the back. And we want something more futuristic, and to me Beyonce is someone who looks very royal and goddess-like. So let's tweak this prompt. Futuristic African princess on a horse hologram. I don't know what I was expecting, but yeah, it's not Beyonce. But it's kind of Wakanda. And I mean, I'm not upset with that. Let's get variations from the top left, since I do like that horse tail a lot. Okay, that's cute. And then let's upscale this version here. Let's quickly color correct it to match the actual thing and compare them. Okay, here are the two. The AI version and the original version. And I mean, it's not Beyonce. And in such a simple album cover, what makes the cover, it's the person. So I'm not gonna be too harsh on the AI in this case, but still I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. It is what it is, I'm sorry. And next we have Melodrama by Lorde. This album, first of all, yes, I love it so much, but I thought it would be fun to try it because it's so painterly. So let's type sad woman in bed with sheets. And I'm gonna try adding colorful because I want it to be more vibrant, and acrylic style. I think this is an acrylic painting, I don't know. Enter. Okay, I do like where this is going. I love the top two images, but I think the bottom right one is the most similar to the album. And I know we've taken some liberties before, but in this case I want to stay as close as possible to the album. So let's upscale that one. Huh. I mean, I'm actually really happy with this one. I think I really nailed the prompt. Because I'm not gonna give all the credit to the AI, of course not. I need to get some credit here. Even though AI really said, I'm gonna give this girl a rough night. Like, Lorde looks so calm and like chill and like, oh, I just woke up and I'm like rested. Well, this girl here looks like she had the roughest night in her life. But, however, artistically, I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. So, there we go. Congratulations to Midjourney. Plastic Beach by Gorillaz. Okay, I don't know if this album is too underground, but I think it's a classic. And actually, I do have high hopes for this one because I think this artwork really fits the AI vibe. This is made out of toys and it feels like a little bit apocalyptic. So let's do Apocalyptic Island made of toys in a red sunset. Wait, no. This looks way too good. Like, I cannot believe this was so easy. I'm actually upset for the fact that this was so easy. I'm not even gonna try a second prompt. This is literally perfect. So let's upscale version 1 and 3. And again, I am literally speechless. This is really good. Okay, I'm gonna go with this one because I think it looks closer to the original one. And let's compare them. I don't know, the intense red is really cool. The silhouettes of the islands are like very similar to the original artwork. It's scary. I'm very impressed and scared, always scared when it comes to AI. And it might hurt to say this or to admit this, but I'm gonna give this one a 10 out of 10. All right, and let's just do one more. This will be our last. We're doing Lady Gaga Born This Way, and you may ask why. Yes, because I am a big fan, actually. But also, I do think the visual lends itself. It's this sort of like punk, hybrid, woman motorcycle, and this definitely looks like something AI would do. For this prompt, let's see if we are just as lucky. Motorcycle woman hybrid with red lipstick. And yeah, that's no motorcycle at all. Okay, so let's rephrase it. Anthropomorphic, female motorcycle, dark, and punk. Okay, I mean it's closer, but I thought it was going to be better. But there goes our second attempt, so we have to stick with this one. And let's just upscale version 1. Here are the two versions. And I mean, yeah, I had high hopes for this one, but... Well, I mean, if you look at it closely and if you squint your eyes, yeah, that could be Lady Gaga. It's like Edward Scissorhands and Lady Gaga's love child. The point is, I'm like disappointed, and I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 10. What a sad ending for this. Wow. Alright, now let's briefly review all the artworks we did today. Here they are. And these are my top 3. The Montero and the Plastic Beach ones, I might even like them better than the original artwork. Now, actually, that's like a big statement. I'm gonna take that back, that's not true, but I do think they turned out really, really cool. So that's a few points for AI, even though I still hate AI. I'm sure there are so many other cool albums that we could recreate using AI, so if there's one you would like to see, let me know in the comments, and we might do a part 2. Apart from that, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you wanna see more AI-related things, here's another video where I pre-produce an animated short film using AI, and I'll see you in the next one.